Have you noticed that the more you chase her, the less interested she becomes? In a world full of constant attention and validation, many men fall into the trap of overgiving and end up ignored. Here's the reality. The modern independent woman values you most when you step back. When you do, she sees your worth, craves your presence, and respects you more. Want to discover why stepping back is the secret to being truly valued? Let's dive in. Section 1. The psychology of space and attraction. To truly grasp why stepping back is so powerful, we must dig deeper into the psychology behind attraction. One of the most fundamental human traits is that we are naturally drawn to what we cannot easily attain. This isn't just a cliché. It's a principle rooted in behavioral psychology. The scarcity principle states that people place higher value on things that are rare or difficult to obtain. In the context of relationships, this means that when your presence is always guaranteed and your attention constantly available, it subconsciously signals to her that your time isn't valuable or limited. As a result, she takes it for granted. Think about social media and today's dating landscape. Women in this generation are bombarded with attention and validation. Likes, comments, and messages create a constant stream of superficial interest that over time dulls the impact of genuine connection. If you are just another source of validation in her notifications, then you won't stand out. However, when you step back and create space, something interesting happens. You break the pattern. You aren't the guy who's always there, dropping emojis in her DMs or double texting when she takes too long to respond. This shift in behavior jolts her out of the norm and makes her notice the absence. Suddenly, she's thinking about why you're not like the others, why you're not constantly chasing. This subtle change begins to pique her curiosity, sparking that initial interest that can grow into something much more meaningful. She starts to wonder where your attention has gone, whether you're focusing on yourself, or better yet, whether someone else has captured your interest. This isn't about playing games. It's about shifting the dynamic to prioritize your self-worth. The idea of stepping back is often misinterpreted as ignoring or manipulating someone, but that's not the case here. Stepping back is about creating healthy boundaries and maintaining your sense of self. It's about valuing your time and energy enough to not hand it out freely, especially when it's not being reciprocated. This balance of giving space and maintaining mystery triggers her to view you as someone who is secure, self-assured, and valuable. Section 2. Why independence is a game changer. In today's world, the idea of independence isn't just a trend, it's a necessity. The modern woman has grown up in a society that champions self-sufficiency, empowerment, and ambition. She's used to doing things on her own, chasing her dreams, and holding her own in relationships. This is why demonstrating your own independence is not just attractive, it's essential. Many men make the mistake of thinking that being readily available or overly accommodating will win her heart. While attentiveness and care are important, there is a fine line between showing interest and losing yourself in the process. When a woman senses that a man has lost his own independence and relies on her attention to feel validated, it can be suffocating. She might not consciously understand why she's pulling away, but it's rooted in this feeling of being smothered or responsible for someone else's happiness. On the other hand, when you show that you have your own goals, passions, and social life, it communicates that you are someone who respects and cherishes your own life. This is key in today's dating world, where women are more discerning than ever. A man who is constantly available and has no pursuits of his own quickly becomes unappealing. Stepping back is a way of showing that you are secure within yourself. It demonstrates that you don't need her attention to feel complete, which paradoxically makes her want to seek your attention even more. Women find it attractive when a man is capable of stepping back without becoming bitter or resentful. It signals emotional strength, maturity, and the ability to self-regulate. Creating this independence doesn't mean ignoring her or pretending not to care. It means prioritizing your growth, hobbies, career, and social life. When she sees that you're not dependent on her to fill your time, she starts to admire that quality. She'll realize that being with you adds value to her life rather than being something she has to maintain or manage. This balance of independence shifts the relationship from being one-sided to a dynamic where both individuals bring value to the table. It's a healthy dynamic where neither person is overly reliant on the other, making space for genuine respect and mutual appreciation. Section 3. The balance between interest and detachment. There is a subtle art in showing interest while also being detached enough to maintain your own power. This art lies in understanding when to engage and when to pull back, creating a push and pull dynamic that keeps the relationship alive and exciting. In today's dating world, this balance is more critical than ever. The women of today are accustomed to swiping through options, choosing partners based on who stands out and brings something different. Showing interest is important, let's be clear on that. Women need to know that you appreciate them and value their presence. But interest without any element of detachment becomes monotonous and uninspiring. Detachment in this sense doesn't mean emotional unavailability or coldness. It means being grounded enough to step back when needed. It's about knowing that you don't have to over-explain yourself, chase, or constantly seek her reassurance. When a man shows that he can step back, even when he's interested, it signals to a woman that he has emotional resilience and confidence. For example, if she doesn't reply to your messages right away, instead of double texting or overthinking, you continue with your day. This shows that while you appreciate her, your world doesn't revolve solely around her. It's this detachment that subtly reminds her of your value and makes her realize that you are not easily swayed or dependent on her attention. The balance between interest and detachment also builds trust. Women today are wary of men who come on too strong only to pull away when they have what they want. By stepping back at the right times, you show consistency and stability. You demonstrate that you're not trying to play games, you're simply respecting your space and hers, which in turn builds a foundation of respect and admiration. Section 4. Why stepping back increases emotional desire. Emotional desire is often more potent than physical attraction, and it's something that many men overlook. In today's world, where attention spans are short and superficial interactions are abundant, creating a genuine emotional connection can set you apart from the rest. But how do you create this emotional desire? One of the most effective ways is by stepping back. When you're constantly present and overly attentive, there's little room for a woman to process her own feelings. Emotional desire builds in moments of anticipation, reflection, and even longing. When you step back, you give her the space to miss you, to think about you, and to feel the absence of your presence. This absence can trigger emotional responses that deepen her connection to you. Think about it. When you've had a busy day and haven't been in constant communication, she might find herself wondering what you're up to. This curiosity, though subtle, is a powerful catalyst for emotional investment. It's during these moments that she realizes your value and starts to desire your presence more. The ability to create emotional desire through stepping back also comes from being unpredictable in a healthy way. If she knows she'll always get a reply within seconds, or that you're always going to say yes to plans, there's no intrigue. But if you sometimes take a while to reply, or you're busy with your own life, she starts to anticipate your next move. This unpredictability doesn't mean you're playing games. It means you're living a full life that isn't centered around her. Moreover, emotional desire is strengthened when stepping back aligns with genuine self-respect. If stepping back comes from a place of insecurity or manipulation, she will pick up on it. But if it comes from a place of confidence, where you genuinely enjoy your own space, time, and pursuits, she will feel it and respond positively. Section 5. How stepping back builds self-respect. One of the most overlooked benefits of stepping back is the boost it gives to your own self-respect. In a world where people often measure their worth through likes, messages, and the attention of others, stepping back can feel counterintuitive. But in reality, it's a powerful act of self-care and respect. When you choose to step back, you're making a statement, not just to her, but to yourself. You're reinforcing the belief that your time and energy are valuable and not to be given away without thought. This conscious act strengthens your self-image and prevents the cycle of seeking external validation to feel good about yourself. And here's the thing, self-respect is attractive. When you respect yourself, you project an aura that says, "I don't need anyone to complete me. I am complete as I am." This is magnetic. Women, especially those of today's generation who value independence and strength, are drawn to men who have this type of self-respect. It tells them that you are not easily manipulated, that you have boundaries, and that you won't compromise yourself for someone else's approval. This is a refreshing change in a world where many people are willing to overextend themselves for the sake of attention or connection. Stepping back is also an opportunity to reflect on what you truly want. When you're constantly in pursuit mode, it's easy to lose sight of your own needs and desires. Taking a step back allows you to reassess the relationship from a position of strength rather than neediness. You can determine whether the connection is healthy, whether your energy is being reciprocated, and whether this is a relationship that adds value to your life. This pause, however brief, gives you clarity and control. Instead of reacting out of fear of losing her, you're acting from a place of self-assuredness. This shift in mindset not only benefits you, but also creates a dynamic where she sees you as someone who is strong and in control of their own life. Section 6. The modern woman's perspective. To understand why stepping back is effective, we need to consider the perspective of the modern woman. Today's woman is navigating a world that pushes her to be strong, ambitious, and independent. She's not just looking for a partner who showers her with attention. She wants someone who can match her strength and bring balance to the relationship. Women today face different challenges compared to previous generations. They often juggle careers, personal goals, social obligations, and more. A partner who is overly eager or needy can feel like another task to manage rather than a partner to grow with. This is why a man who can step back and focus on himself becomes so appealing. He represents stability, self-sufficiency, and confidence, qualities that align with what she wants in her own life. When you step back, you show her that you're not here to compete for her attention, but to coexist in a space where both partners are strong on their own. This dynamic is what allows real attraction and respect to grow. You're no longer the man who is trying to impress her at every turn. You're the man who has enough going on in his life that impressing her isn't the only priority. And this is key because it positions you as a high-value man, not just in her eyes, but in your own life. In the end, stepping back isn't about manipulation or creating distance to make her chase. It's about maintaining your own identity, cultivating respect for yourself, and allowing her to see that you are someone worth investing in. This is what ultimately builds deeper, more meaningful connections in today's world of fast and fleeting interactions. Section 7. The power of anticipation and desire. Anticipation is an underutilized tool in building deeper connections, and stepping back is one of the most effective ways to create it. In today's instant gratification culture, where everything from food delivery to entertainment is just a click away, anticipation has become a rare and powerful emotion. The act of stepping back can reignite this lost art. When you're always available and predictable, there's no suspense, no reason for her to feel that rush of excitement when she hears from you. But when you step back, you create room for anticipation to grow. She starts to look forward to hearing from you or seeing you, and that feeling builds into a kind of emotional tension. This tension is what drives desire. It's the same reason why cliffhangers in movies and shows are so effective. They leave the audience wanting more. By stepping back and not always being available, you invite her to wonder about you, think about you, and miss you. The space you create is where anticipation can flourish. She'll start to appreciate the moments when you are present because they are no longer constant or guaranteed. This scarcity amplifies the value of your presence and makes her more emotionally invested in the relationship. Remember, stepping back can transform your relationships. If you found this valuable, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.